everybody. Welcome to the Fallout Shelter. Quick story here. Jeremy Grantham warns that eventually only the rich will procreate as chemicals leave the poor sterile. The mainstream market news that only truthers have been talking about for the past decades. I will share this with you as soon as I can find the button. From CNBC.com. Yes, Jeremy Grantham warns eventually only the rich will procreate as chemicals leave the poor sterile. Now, Jeremy Grantham, if you do not know, is the co-founder and chief investment strategist of Grantham Mayo von Otterloo, and he gained influence as an investor after correctly calling the dot-com bubble. But he says if we do not ban whole classes of chemicals in the next 10 years, we will face a crash in the number of new births. And he ended his letter by warning major chemical companies could soon be hit by widespread bans on some of their key products, which what he's really doing is warning the investing community. He's not warning the people who are consuming the chemicals on a daily basis. High-profile investor warned in a letter, Jeremy Grantham warned in a letter that falling birth rates in the developed world could accelerate in coming years due to increasing chemical toxicity, allowing only wealthy people to have children. In recent years, economists have raised concern about the impact on economic growth of slowing birth rates in the developed world, while Bill Gates says as long as we have sexual reproductive health took care of and vaccines done in the right way, we can lower those numbers by 10 to 15%. Yes, the interference is growing at such a rapid rate that if left alone, it's likely to leave us sterile in a few decades, which is probably what will end up happening. This warning is strictly to the investors on what to start directing their money. With only the rich able to easily afford the healthy lifestyles and the exotic medical help required to have babies. While acknowledging that changes in lifestyle choices are responsible for at least some of the slowing birth rates, Graham said increased chemical toxicity is making it harder for women to conceive and lowering sperm counts in men. Now, this guy's an investor, so wonder where he's getting his research from. It's probably really good research at his level of being an investor. He pointed to dramatic population declines in some species of insects as an example of how increased chemicals in the environment can hurt reproduction rates, something that we've been screaming for years and years and nobody's been listening to. He ended his letter by warning that major chemical companies could soon be hit with widespread bans on some of their key products. The bottom line is this: either endocrine disrupting chemicals will go out of business or we will, Grantham wrote. Well, I don't think they're worried too much about that, Mr. Grantham. We have the world of AI and cyber computing and transhumanism and all that coming right up. I don't think they care what chemicals they give us. If you don't really know, and since you're talking about all of these things you're talking about, Mr. Grantham, and you really believe them, you might ought to look into the Sustainability Act of 2021 because it's real. These poisons are real. Bringing the sterilization rate and birth rate down is absolutely real. And doing it in the name of freedom and the American dream, well, that's just the American way. So I appreciate you all for hanging out and checking this out. I'll leave the links below so you can read it for yourself and look into it further if you want. God bless you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.